Hey YouTube, and welcome to a set of videos we are calling Dark Week. We just finished Salt Mine, and we've watched all of the top competitors play at the biggest ones tournament we could have ever hoped for the longest time. And I think we got all of that out of our system, at least for a little bit. But you know what we did not get out of our system was a little bit of Dark, and it's very clear based on his recent show match that he played, as well as the videos that we've done covering him. So we are doing Dark Week. You've heard of Shark Week. Well, on Feer's channel, it's Dark Week. Now, I don't know if we'll ever do Dark Week again. Shark Week is once a year. But I think it's going to be fun looking back at Dark replays, because I think the reality is he's the most interesting player to watch right now, and certainly gives us an angle that we didn't get during those incredibly competitive matches over the course of the last month or so. So the first rule of Dark Week, first and only rule really, if you want to participate in Dark Week, is you have to go follow Dark on his socials. Dark streams, specifically on Twitch, twitch.tv/RLDark1. That is a great place to check him out. I think he's streaming, at least once a week, if not a bit more. He goes in and out. A lot of the young pros, aren't exactly on perfect schedules, but it's definitely worth a Twitch Prime. If you have one, go give him to Dark, because this is going to be his gameplay that we're checking out today, and the ones that get, that are worthy of getting your Twitch Prime, or maybe you just go sub to him. Either way, definitely check him out. Also on Twitter at RLDark12. Those are the two socials that I'm aware of that he uses. I don't think he uses Twitter very much, but definitely check him out on Twitch. And we'll look to get him in more showing matches after his match with Talon. If you guys didn't check that out, you can go back and look at that right before Dark Week started, or I guess maybe you could even argue that was the first video of Dark Week, is Dark versus Talon. You can go see that. Dark is the person who, even at the beginning of the year, was showing us the kind of stuff that we weren't seeing from anybody else. It was originally those pogos. Now, the big thing is the dashes, and the decision making is just clear that it's not following the mold that is set out by a lot of the top players right now. And the fact that he's able to do it at such a high level is what makes these so interesting. And I feel like every time we watch Dark replays, there's always something along the way that we find that we didn't see before. And so we're definitely going to see it all through Dark Week. All of these replays come from this is the earliest. We're going to go in chronological order from when they happened. This is October, mid-October that this happened. We'll get all the way up to the present day by the time we get to the end. Look at this dash to the ceiling, up that curve. Just barely not able to get the angle. Warden needs to punish. One thing that we will notice as Dark plays all these ones games, he has played as high as the top 100. You guys maybe remember that, as he gets a quick recovery long shot. But these games are played around the 1400 range, and you're going to see some mistakes from opponents that are 1400 type of mistakes. The kind of mistakes that certainly the Salt Mine had almost none of. And I think that's just a result of Dark being very risky in his gameplay, such that he's not willing to sacrifice in order to push his rank higher. So he ends up playing against a lot of players who will also do similarly silly mistakes, I would say. Even though Dark has proven that in pressure moments he can easily correct those, it almost seems like he's not what he's interested in. He's almost interested in doing it his way, which is cool to see as he starts this dribble talking about doing it his way. There it is right there, his signature shot, as he starts at near ceiling heights, pogoing behind the ball before using the reset that he got to shoot it past him. And another one of his signatures, fake kickoff. Gets the ball right into the back corner and attacks again. Double reset over the top is smooth. And the two signature moves will put Dark up 6-4 right past halfway through this first game. We're going to look at a couple games per day in Dark Week, as Dark deciding not to dash back to that ball, and then kind of getting caught in no man's land between deciding whether or not he's going to be really aggressive on ball or aggressive in the boost steal. Ends up doing really neither, and just kind of leaves the net open. And it's fortunate that he absolutely popped off in the past few moments to still have the lead. He's going to try and punish Warden the same way, but that first touch wasn't fast enough. He's going sidewall instead, and now that touch probably too hard, so he won't be able to get back to it. That was a good double opportunity off the sidewall. Warden doesn't take it. Or, sorry, tried to take it. Just miffs on it. Now, double reset from Dark top left. He is not going to give you the same grace He is going to slot his. And now back to a 2-goal lead. This diagonal kickoff he will take. And he will dive to steal boost, using that dash like he so frequently does. Warden actually chasing Dark down into the corner as well. Not sure how he thought he was going to beat Dark to it. Re-jump. Dark tried to go over the top of it. Warden gets a touch. Boost will reset here. Dark kind of baited Warden into a touch and backed off. Let's get that 180 wave dash that we'd love to see from him. He's looking for boost starvation plays over and over again. That's why you see him diving here now, as he's been able to take all the boosts. He knows Warden is going to be playing fairly slow. Warden setting him up on the side wall. Not a ton of boosts left over, but starting this dribble from behind. The pogo a bit too slow. Now trying to chase Warden off this possession, but Warden does finally get the ball cleared. Soft shot. One that Dark likely knew was coming and was going to be a bit soft, because he has been starving Warden out for the past minute or so. Could get back to this one though. Was a little bit ahead of the play and, man, tried to pre-jump. Very greedy pre-jump. And now his lead gets cut again. Still up 1 though. Kickoff win. Just forcing it through. Warden, who was trying to go wave dash kickoff. Dark, really aggressive turn in. Actually decided not to go for the ball. You see a lot of players going for that midfield boost first and not feeling like they can make up that ground. Ultimately, he does decide to go passive, and Warden ends up giving him the ball on the air dribble. So 8-6 with 25 seconds. Dark kickoff win. Does take a moment to grab boost. Warden's going to try and play on 0. There is a move you're going to see from Dark a lot. Move that I'm going to call the reverse hat flip. I don't know if it already has a name, but normally you see players using those hat flips to go from backwards to, correctly faced. And Dark uses them for the exact opposite reason. He's going the right way. He uses his half flip to put him back in reverse and then makes a play. It's going to be a forfeit at 0 seconds. This guy did not want to see Dark score on 0 seconds on him. So we will head to game number 2 of day 1 of Dark Week. It's day 1, game 2 of Dark Week. I'll remind you again, beginning of this game, to check out Dark. You should be able to see his links in the description of the videos if you want to be able to watch him when he streams live. A lot of times, these pro players, we maybe don't include socials, or I should say, I don't remember to include socials, but a lot of times players don't really use them. Lots do, lots don't, but Dark is actually one of the ones that does, so I do recommend checking him out and watching his stream. Sometimes going to follow a pro can be something that you do once and never hear about later because they never go live or never post a video. Not the case. I've seen Dark streaming, at least once a week, if not a bit more, and even just watching Dark in free play is fun. Obviously, we don't get to see free play replays, but it could be even more entertaining than watching some of the actual ranked games when he can truly just do whatever he wants in free play. Tries to play these ranked games like they're free play. This dribble is going to be a free one as Feer goes flying off the ceiling and nowhere near the ball. There is that reverse half flip again to go up the wall in reverse, because why not start your dribble that way? It doesn't seem like you necessarily need to, but if you're Dark, he will. And he's able to dribble it in and get a 2-1 lead. He's won a couple of these kickoffs where his opponent is going for the wave dash. That would have been huge, especially after the bump. But that is a signature Dark move right now, especially off kickoff or any situation where he's headed almost directly at the side wall. He jumps up, dashes on that curve, gets a ton of speed going along the wall right away. So this will be a free double. You chain that with a bunch of wall dashes and you can go from not having any momentum down the field to be supersonic chasing down the field in a moment. So I'm showing exactly how. Now, this is probably the most useful Dark mechanic. I think I talked about it in his match against Talon. Is that speed out of the corner, using the dashes in order to, in this case, he started a dribble, but oftentimes he'll use that for long shots. He's going to get bumped here. So it'll be a 3-2 lead. Not often is he going to get beat in a race to the boost. And he makes it back to his back corner with ease. And then Feer thought that he could stick around. He was wrong about that. Dark quickly gets the ball out ahead of him. Chases it down for the open net. This wave dash kickoff from Maurice. Feer is a little bit better this time. Dark forcing it onto the back wall. 16 boost to work with. Pinch goal line save, but it does drop in. Well, might have gotten a little bit of extra help, but either way, it's a goal all the same. Now Dark to his fake kickoff. This is his most convincing fake kickoff, and he loves this slight pop-up with the single jump. And he usually turns around and dashes back to the ball in an attempt to try and speed it on target. Ooh, double reset saved. He scores many of free goals that way. Absolutely no contest. This, though, maybe should have been a goal. He's going to get a demo, so it'll be a goal. Will it be something fancy? Actually, it's going to be a pretty tame air dribble, which, you know, if anything, he could have just powered the ball directly at nets. Thought maybe he'd go for a flashy double, considering it is Dark. But no, he's willing to take his freebie. He's going to go steal. Okay, that was going to be a bit risky. Decided against stealing the back corner boost, something that we did see him do a lot. And there's, you know, a tame version of that wave dash that he uses to change directions on challenges. In this case, it was really more just to gain speed. But a lot of times, even when that angle is a little bit sharper, they'll set up that single jump wave dash in order to turn attack to play at a bit of a surprising angle. This time he gets beat out. Aggressive on the back wall, and Feer gets out ahead. There it is again. Dark into Supersonic so quickly. And it's especially useful on kickoffs because a lot of times after kickoffs, you're dead center of the field. You're taking a perfectly horizontal angle at the side wall in order to pick up that 100 boost. And Dark has found a way to get massive speed. I'm surprised Feer didn't try and dive on that. Dark maybe getting away with one. Another pixel perfect attempted save by Dark. As he sends this one flying away from himself, able to grab the boost and get back, using that zap dash to get there in time. Feer really wanted to dive, and not dive, really wanted to punish what was a huge boost grab, but Dark does it so quickly. Flick over the top, intercepted. Seemed like Dark was actually trying to get underneath the ball there and maybe chip it towards Feer's half to start that. Didn't get what he wanted, but Feer ending up handing an opportunity back over anyways. So 1 minute, 3 seconds left to go. 3-goal lead. Dark is actually uploading his replays himself. If you guys want to go out and check him out on Ball Chasing. That's why we have so many different Dark games we can watch here for Dark Week. Otherwise, it's usually fairly hard to find players who aren't uploading themselves. You need to find an opponent who played against them and uploaded. There's that single jump wave dash. Dark's going to use it this time to make it back in time. He used that single jump as a challenge. Maybe what I would say is a bit of an ill-advised challenge, but it's not as committal when you have that wave dash locked and loaded to land and recover for you. The wall dashing leads to backflip here. Feer keeps trying to turn infield and punish Dark for going out too wide, and Dark just keeps making it work. And actually, it's going to be a forfeit. Feer said enough of not being able to punish. Dark all over the ball, too frustrating, and it did seem like Dark was maybe going to extend the lead even more after beating him into this midfield boost race. So Dark looking as interesting as ever, and we got our first 2 games done of Dark Week.